Hi, my name is Bryn Reagan. I'm going to go over a couple of the essential knots that you're going to want to learn here in your schools to climb the Grand Teton. Okay, so the next knot I'm going to teach here is just going to be the figure eight follow through. This is the most standard knot, climbing knot to tie into your harness. You'll see it in the rock gym. You'll see it here. I'm just going to go over a couple small tips that are going to help you tie the figure eight knot better and have you really well prepped for when you get here. So when tying a figure eight follow through, the appropriate amount of tail or rope you're using is really important. So the way I teach it and the way we teach it here at Exum a good bit is I'm gonna hold this bend of rope up here by my chest, and I'm gonna let that tail get about down to my ankle. Once I found what I think is the appropriate length, which I'm pretty confident that I have, I'm then gonna take that tail and I'm gonna hold this out in front of me. You can see how on one end I have the running side of the rope, on the other side I have the tail. I am gonna take my right hand and I am gonna grab the tail of the rope. You can see I have this tail. I am then gonna cross the tail between me and the running end of the rope, and I am just gonna gently pinch it with my left hand so that it sits right here. Then I am gonna give my friend a big hug. The big hug is reaching around behind the running end part of the rope. I'm gonna grab the tail and I'm gonna give my friend a big hug, and then I'm gonna poke him with all jest. I'm gonna poke him in the eye, and I'm gonna pull that tail through, keeping that pinch that I have there, and now I have the first part of my figure eight, okay? I'm gonna untie it, I'm gonna go back through that one more time. I'm gonna take the rope, I'm gonna find a spot somewhere around my chest to where the tail can hang down to about my ankle, my foot, somewhere around my knee. I'm gonna find the consistent spot. I'm gonna take my right hand, grab the tail, you can see it's a tail, cross it between me, and then just add a little pinch right there with my left hand. Oops, lost my pinch. Little pinch right there with my left hand. Take my right hand, give my friend a big hug, so the rope comes around behind, and in all jest, I am just gonna poke them in the eye. And then there, I now have my eight. This is the first part of the knot. It is not in my harness yet. The follow through part comes next. I am then gonna take this eight that I have tied, I'm gonna take the tail, and I am gonna start from the bottom of my harness. You have two tie-in points on your harness. They're right here, one on the bottom and one on the top. I'm gonna take that tail and come up from the bottom, through the tie-in loops. You see there's a little catcher strap here you want to get between those loops. I'm going to come all the way up through the top tie-in loop, bring my figure eight that I have. Literally, I like to bring it as tight as I can right up to the bottom belay loop. Now, I have my tail and I have my roadmap to success right here in front of me. This tail of this rope is going to follow my figure eight exactly. So as I come back out of this hole, I am gonna pull the rope all the way through. Every time I make a move on my eight, I'm a really big fan of pulling the move all the way through. Now, you can see how I am just slowly wrapping and matching, following the rope around. I can see how it now goes through the hole. I do a tail. Like I said, I am gonna pull that all the way through so that I can see the cleanliness there in the knot, and then it's going the right way. As I can see the bend, I'm gonna follow it all the way back around there, tucking it in nice and pretty, and now I see how it comes back out, and I can pull it back out, and I can then see that it is done correctly. I can now pull on each of the four parts to dress my knot. A well-dressed knot is a really strong knot, so there, and then I can roll it over and see that I have my figure eight follow through. Now you can see how I even lost a little bit of space from how I like to have it close, which is why I start so close. And then if I have some extra tail, I can then just do a nice little overhand where I wrap towards the knot and then finish away. And then I have a really nice, appropriate figure eight follow through for climbing the Grand Teton.